In this module, we'd like to cover three primary topics. What is cooperative learning? Why do instructors do it or use it in their classroom? And ways to implement and evaluate it to meet your own teaching and learning objectives. First of all, what is it? As stated by Johnson, Johnson, and Smith in their excellent book, Active Learning, Cooperation in the College Classroom, they define cooperative learning as the instructional use of small groups so that students work together to maximize their own and each other's learning. And there's a couple key points of this definition or this description. First of all, that small groups of students are working together. They're dependent upon one another to maximize their own learning. So they obviously are concerned, are interested in meeting some of their own individual teaching and their learning objectives, but also to help one another learn. To implement cooperative learning in the classroom, cooperative learning entails several key principles that we'd like you to think about and use to both develop your own cooperative learning techniques, but also once you develop those techniques, use these principles to evaluate or to assess, does your activity meet these key principles? First of all, does an activity promote positive interdependence? Positive interdependence, as discussed by Johnson, Johnson, and Smith, is the kind of sink or swim mentality. Is that if we work together, if people are contributing to the group, the group will all swim, will succeed. However, if people don't pull their weight, if people don't contribute their own expertise, their own strength to a group, the group is going to sink. The group is not going to be as successful as they could have. So group success or group productivity is really dependent upon the sum of the individual parts. Second of all is that with any good cooperative learning activity, an instructor has built in both individual accountability, there are individual assignments, individual responsibility, but also there's group accountability. What is the group going to be expected to do? Third is that there's face-to-face interactions, is that one of the best ways to critique your work, to make progress, is the need to have face-to-face interactions to make progress on a project. Fourth is teamwork skills. Many students oftentimes tell me that they've had extensive team projects, they've worked extensively in teams, but they don't necessarily like those types of projects. Often it may be because we as instructors haven't trained them, haven't provided them enough skills on how to work effectively as a team. And we'll talk about that later in the session. Next is group processing and facilitation skills. Do they know how to make decisions? Do they know how to critique one another's work? This is an important element of an effective cooperative learning activity.